Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is one of, if not the best Dragon Ball game in anime history. But about 6 years ago, it had some flaws pointed out by our Dragon Ball Jesus known as Syriax. And since then, some things have changed and some things have gotten criminally worse. So if you're thinking about playing this game and aren't particularly sure if you want to buy it just because it's probably going to end up being a waste, then rest assured, I'll help you decide because I decided to go through absolute hell so that way you don't have to. With that being said, welcome to a new episode of the dumbest things in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. To start this video off, we're going to be talking about the netcode and how it can make or break your experience, especially if you're playing online in PvP against randoms, because this game will definitely have a few moments where it'll have you sounding like this in your room at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Listen here, you son of a bitch. I will fuck you in the ass.
Now, you may be a little bit confused as to what I'm talking about, so I'm just going to show you a clip, and I want you to tell me the first few things that you see once you watch these clips. Not only was my stamina break robbed from me with a perfect combo that should have landed effective immediately as I got the audio and physical and visible hit confirm, but then literally barely a few seconds later, he does practically the exact same combo and then lands his stamina break with absolute ease, all because the game favored either whatever connection it wanted to and gave him the freebie for the win. In this clip, you can see it was just another little rank match, me just having fun with Goku Black because he's one of, if not my favorite characters. Until right about here where I was super dashing and then the game immediately decided to magnetize me into his blast, which shouldn't have worked because I had stamina to get away from it. Another thing I want to talk about inside of the game is the character customization, because it's very, 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 very lackluster when it comes to certain things that you want to do. For instance, Nappa, you can go to his skill set and then give him the Super Saiyan Awoken skill, even though he's never gone Super Saiyan a day in his life in the manga or the anime. But other characters like Raditz, Gohan, and even Goku Black, who has done it in the manga before he even touched Rose, aren't allowed to use that transformation, which does not make sense at all whatsoever. Why aren't we allowed to fully customize the Saiyan characters for them to use these abilities and then completely just have fun with them just like that, just as they are? You add festival abilities, but you don't add the basic core customization for those characters, and then even then, for regular characters, you have duplicated hair setouts instead of just adding more hairstyles or giving Saiyans an ability to select a secondary hairstyle so that way when they transform, the hair actually flares up and it's not just as stiff as a board. Come on, this is just easy customization stuff that you could have been added into the game for the 10 years that this game has even existed, and you still have not done it. That's a genuine pet peeve of mine. And I'm not gonna lie, this one's not really that much important, but y'all ever get disconnected from a room that y'all are hosting in? Matchmaking in Dragon Ball Xenoverse is probably one of the most annoying things that needs to be fixed inside of the game, out of anything else that's in there. Because imagine you're in a tournament, but because the matchmaking system will set you up with a lobby, there's now hundreds of thousands of people taking your placement spot in the leaderboard to get a logo, get rewards, whatever you want to do. They now take that spot simply because the game won't allow you to find a match quick enough. No matter how good your internet is, the matchmaking system will not work for you to either find a player match, a parallel quest party, no matter what it is, even if it's for a raid. You will have to go halfway through hell just to find a lobby for you to be able to join. And that's not even the worst problem that really needs to be addressed. The biggest problem that's on the block that needs to be addressed, as it should have been addressed years ago, is the consistent problem with modders. Everywhere you look, no matter where you go, if you go into a lobby of Dragon Ball Xenoverse right now, this is the easy test that you can do. Look at a random player that has a logo by their name. If there is a logo by their name and they have jack shit for PvP experience or have not been in that many tournaments, it goes to show they didn't earn that logo. They modded their way to it and they have modded their account. Everything about them is fake. Their win ratio is garbage. They got it probably because they modded or cheated or did some random DC thing so that way they immediately won a match, got the BP, and was able to leave without even really even touching the game, which goes to show that is one of, if not the biggest problems Dragon Ball Xenoverse has to date. And that's something that really needs to be addressed badly, at least so it can save the game, because at the end of the day, no one really cares about any other Dragon Ball game. The best Dragon Ball game that you can think of second to Xenoverse right now isn't even Sparking Zero because people meat ride MUI Goku too much. You'd be better off trying to put Legends in that spot. And people have audibly said that playing Dragon Ball Legends is like working at a 9 to 5. It's very stressful. Regardless, thank you guys for watching, because at the end of the day, my goal is to just have fun making these videos and for everyone to have fun as well. My goal is to basically take either nostalgic old games that everyone's played and kind of just bring energy back into it, so that way we can bring back the old era of YouTube where there was just energy in every post depending on who your favorite YouTuber was, and you were just there for that energy. Because at the end of the day, that era of YouTube was like a part of us, whether it be Corey Kenshin, Jacksepticeye, SiriX, whoever it is that you really used to watch for a while. It was always those YouTubers that kind of made you essentially feel at home while you watched them, and I feel like that needs to be resurged. And hopefully I can do that. If not, then oh well, that's worth a shot for trying. But at the end of the day, all you can do is really try. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.